record. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Xperiencify 202. This is the Advanced Gamification Workshop. It's good to see you all. Thank you for your patience. I'm going to get started here in just a moment when I can figure out my screen. Let me know in the chat where you are. That would be great, because I think we've got people from all over the place, which is a wonderful global community we have here at Xperiencify. Okay, I'm in Australia and it is morning, beautiful spring morning here. I hear some of you around the world have had some snow. It's a bit chilly. Trinidad, oh my goodness, welcome. Sydney, hello, Benjamin from Sydney. I'm a Sydney girl. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, I'm trying out something new today. Fingers crossed. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Can you see my screen, yellow and green screen? Thumbs up. That's what I love to see. Okay. So I am recording and I want to give you the handout. Okay, I need to see the chat, don't I? Chat. Bear with me here, people. Okay, chat. Handout is here. So if you want to make a copy of the handout, the link is in the chat. You will get prompted to make a copy from the Google document. All right, and welcome to this workshop. And I'm Danielle Rossi. I'm a course creator myself, and I am Xperiencify's resident course building expert. And I'm guessing you're all here because you've figured out that today's learners actually love gamification. They're not just after information, okay? We are in the information age, and it's quite easy to get anything you want, really, thanks to Google and Siri and Alexa and all of those wonderful things that answer our questions immediately. But we're course creators, and so our students, the people that we want to reach more than ever, are wanting to consume courses that are gamified, because there's a lot of competition out there for our attention, isn't there? So from today's workshop, it's my aim that you will walk away with a complete action plan to gamify your course and to delight your students. And as I respect all of your time, I'll do my best to keep the content to 1 hour. And then I have left some time for questions, if you have some that you want me to answer on the session here today. In the session, I'll be walking you through how to use all of the features in Xperiencify, but everyone has a different level of tech confidence. So if you need to go at a slower pace than I am, there will be a replay and you can pause and rewind, in the old language, the parts that you need more time with, and do them step by step on your course if you need to. For those who want to go faster than what I'm going, there are guided sections within Xperiencify through the admin panel that walk you through each feature. And we also have a comprehensive help center with over 300 articles on how to do things and access the features. So we're hoping to cover, most people's needs here, and try to keep your questions until the end of the session of the teaching content, unless there's something urgent, of course, like let me know if you can't see something or if there's something really wrong. And feel free to unmute if that's the case. If I'm not picking up on the chat that there's something wrong that I need to attend to. And if you can't stay for the full presentation, just type question in all caps in the chat, and I will get to it either at the end of the presentation or afterwards through the Facebook group. And you're always welcome to put questions in the Facebook group, the Xperiencify Facebook group. I will pop the link to that group in the chat. If you're not already there, please join. Please come and hang out with us. And I think we'll get started. Does that sound good? Thumbs up. Everyone feeling ready for some gamification? Yeah. Awesome. Okay. So what we're here today to do is to learn how to delight our students with the gamifications that Xperiencify takes a lot of pride in, and the best practices that we have learnt through observing what's happening in social media and all the things that are vying for our students' attention and our attention these days. So we're going to discover how to leverage Xperiencify's 10 kinds of unique gamification. And the aim of this, why do we want to do this, is so that 10 to 30 times more students will actually finish your course. They'll get the results that you're hoping they will, and they will virtually demand to spend more and more money with you. Okay, that's what we want as course creators, to create those raving fans that will refer us to their friends and colleagues, that will want to buy the next thing that we offer and continue the journey of self-improvement and learning with us. Okay. Someone says, tried to send a message in the Facebook group, but would not let me post. Can you please make it so I can ask a question? Okay. Speech data. If you want to send me your Facebook name and your email address as a private message in the chat, I can try and get that sorted out for you. Okay. All right. So these 10 gamification features that we're going to go through today are points, variable rewards, urgency, and FOMO. Who knows what FOMO is? Anyone? Yeah?
Fear of missing out.
Yes. Thank you. Fear of missing out. Community, sound effects, celebrations, personalization, badges, leaderboards and competition, and social proof. And I've also thrown in a few others in this presentation. So just stay tuned, pay attention, and you might pick up on the few extras that I've thrown in there. Okay. So points, we want to reward our action takers. We want to activate the multiple senses that we have. The visual of seeing the points accumulate on the screen, the action we take with our mouse to click off the button that says that we've done the task, the audible experience of hearing that sound effect rewarding us. And we also want to keep our rewards variable, because what happens when we can predict, that every time we do this happens, it can get a little bit boring, and after a while people lose interest in that. So we want to mix it up a bit by changing the amount of points, changing what happens when those points are accrued, and keeping surprising and delighting our students. So I am going to stop sharing this screen. Oh, I've got so many different little pop-ups here on my screen. So I've stopped sharing, haven't I? Okay, what I'm going to do now is log into my account. Okay, I will share my other screen now. Hopefully. Bear with me, I'm just doing all this, getting used to it, just like you probably will with your students. Okay, share screen. Now I need to choose the right one, don't I? Okay. This one. Let's see if that happens. Okay. So I think you guys can see my login page, can't you, for Xperiencify? Thumbs up? Yep, awesome. Okay. So I'm going to go to my test course. I'm going to show you where to find points. And so in your handout, it will show you that, where's my handout? Okay, we've got points there on the handout. It's got a little bit about it, and then that you find this in step 3. Okay, so step 3, we're going to go here. We've got step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, and that's it. And we're clicking on step 3, and then we're going to go into one of our modules, one of our trainings, and then the menu bar across the top here has various options, and points is this one. And this is where we will set our action steps and how many points. Someone can't find the handout. Let me just pop that back in the chat. Okay. There we go, Irene, there's the handout. So it will prompt you to make a copy. Okay, so we're going to points, and then we have our action steps. I happen to have 4 here that I've already put in. If you don't have any there, or you want to add another one, you just click on the add plus button. Click on the actual action, and then down here is where there are various options that you can fill in. And right here is the XP points to give for this action, and currently got 1 here. So what Murray Gray, the co-founder of Xperiencify, recommends is that we have, we don't give outrageous amounts of points for single actions, because that can actually seem overwhelming in the beginning when it says, if they see down the bottom, how many points there are in total to accumulate throughout the course. If there's like 2,000 points or something, it might seem very overwhelming for them. So we usually award 1 point, 1 XP for consumption of the lesson. So usually that's a video. If you're using Xperiencify, we are primarily a video-based platform. So for watching the video, we would give 1 point. And then I'll show you the, for other actions like implementing a teaching point, or providing your biggest aha moment, or doing some sort of other implementation action, we would award 2 points. If there's something, and you can see here, I've got 1 point, 2 points, 1 point, 1 point. If you've got something that's, you know, particularly valuable that you want them to do, or a very taxing task that they might resist doing, you can award them 3 points. Oh, it's not letting me do that. Why is that not letting me do that? Anyway, you would change the number of points to 3 points for something that's particularly arduous. And you can actually change the sound that's awarded for those number of points. And I will go into that in the sound effects portion of the session. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing this one. And I'm going to go back over to my presentation. Okay. Next screen is urgency. Teresa has to watch the replay because she's traveling. That's okay, Teresa. Totally understand. This is a bit of a busy time of year for some people in the Northern Hemisphere in the United States, I believe. I've heard a little bit about something happening soon. Okay, so urgency. A lot of people will release their course all at once. And for self-paced learning, that seems to be the traditional advice. But we have found that a good way to beat procrastination, there's a lot of procrastinators out there, especially in self-paced learning, with all the distractions that there are around us. We can beat that procrastination by using real or perceived deadlines to prompt action in our students. And one of the great easiest ways to do this is through using a countdown timer. And so when I say real or perceived, it could be a real deadline so that you actually only give your students a certain amount of time to consume the course and then it disappears. We do have that ability in Xperiencify, like a use it or lose it feature. Or it could just be a perceived deadline so that you're actually showing them a countdown timer to prompt them to get moving and take action, but nothing actually happens, like the content doesn't disappear when that countdown timer gets to 0. So it's okay, you can choose to give them a little bit of extra time, or you can choose to give them lifetime access, but you actually wanting them to move through rather than leaving it to sometime later, which we all have tasks and things that we want to do, but we leave them to, I'll do that someday, but someday usually doesn't come around. So the countdown timer is one of the ways we can do that. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to be, me changing my screen all the time. You'll have to let me know if this is just too clunky, but hang on, that's not what I want to share. Hang on, bear with me, people. Okay, sorry, I'm clicking everywhere. This is the one. Hang on, advanced. No, this one. Okay, let's give that a go. Okay, can you see my Xperiencify now? Yeah, awesome. Okay, so countdown timer. I'm going to tell you where to access that. And so we're going to go to step 4, which is the most exciting part, I believe, which is the page builder. We call it the page builder. And we click on this green button under step 4, customize your course page. And it's going to open up this little screen. And on the side here, we have our page templates. And usually you can put the countdown timer anywhere and everywhere that you want. Usually the first time they will see it is on the homepage. So I've just clicked on the homepage screen. It tells me here that I'm currently editing my homepage. And then this block here, every time you move down, there's a little green outline that goes around the blocks. And this one here is the countdown timer. And the way you edit it is to edit content. And then over on the side, there will be some various formatting things, but column 1 is where the countdown is. You can change what the text says. You can change, if you're in you speak a different language, you can change what the actual days, hours, minutes, and seconds say. And then you can change the color of the little plates that are there. And if you click on update, that is where you change the actual how many the time that's allowed. So you can choose between evergreen or live. Live is when you're actually running a course in real time with a group of students, and it starts on a particular day and it ends on a particular date on the calendar. Evergreen is when students can join at any point through your funnel, and they have a certain number of days from sign up or number of weeks. So they're the two different things, and save the settings, and that will alter what the countdown is. You can choose to then put the countdown on your homepage, on your single training page, which is where the trainings all show up. And so if you don't already have it, you would go down to countdowns and then select that. There's only one option there at the moment. Drag that across and place it into your single training template, and always save changes. Okay. Okay, so we're on urgency, community. There's so much demand for community. Lots of people use Facebook or another third-party application to allow their students to interact with them. Now, here at Xperiencify, we have got the forum operating, but it hasn't officially been launched yet. I have a sneaky suspicion that that might be coming really soon. Murray has tapped me on the shoulder and told me that he wants to take over. He wants to take over the open office hours session. So Lisa's been using it, fantastic. But we do have, and we have had for quite some time now, a comments thread, which you can put anywhere in your course. I like to have it underneath a training, and it means that that particular comment thread can be dedicated just to that particular training. And so you can ask in your action steps for your students to share their biggest takeaway, share their homework, ask for feedback on what they're working on, and interact with their peers within the course, as well as you as the instructor. And in that comments thread, you can, you and the students can enter text, emojis, GIFs, photos, videos, and upload files. So it's pretty adaptable. And it's a great way for students to ask questions, and particularly in your first few iterations of a course, to get comments about what students are understanding or maybe not getting quite understanding quite as well as you thought they might. And so you can then tweak the content of your course in the next iteration, or even pivot a little bit and help your students through that challenging part of the lesson. Okay, and so that's in step 4. And I'm going to show you how to access that. In my test course. Okay, I need to, Daniel, is the comments as the same as what you're referring to as community? Comments is part of community. Yes, comments is in the launch plan, which is the most basic paid level of Xperiencify. That's what you have access to, and you can use that on a single training page, or you can have it on a dedicated commenting page, discussion page, where everyone in the course can make general comments and have general discussion. So you can use it in a number of ways. But we are also developing a lot more advanced features in the forum, where you can basically split off different groups, have different spaces, different topic areas that you want your students to interact about. Okay, I'm going to share. Internet's struggling a little bit. Okay. Share. All right, I'm back in Xperiencify, correct? Yes? Yeah, great. Sorry to keep asking, but I have been on presentations where the instructor thinks that they're sharing their screen and they're not, and it's quite a while before anyone knows what the heck's going on. So I'm just asking so that you guys can follow along. All right, so I'm in the step 4, and the comments section, or the forum if you're in the growth plan or higher, can be accessed through step 4, the page builder. Rhonda says, is there a main page or a community not specific to your training? You can certainly have a main page if you would like, and you would put that either on the home page or on a dedicated community page, which you would then link at the top of your navigation bar. And that would be a general course-wide forum for people to discuss things in general. Whereas if you have the comments block on a single training, it will show up on every training that is shown, but it is separate. Every training will be a different commenting thread. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, I'm going to the single training template. And it says up here that I'm currently editing single training. And I'm going to scroll down. That's where the video shows up. That's where the resources, downloads will show up if you have any for that particular training. Here's an action step. And usually if you do have the commenting turned on, what I do is I add an action and actually, you know, blatantly say, please comment below, or please share whatever it is you want them to share, so that they need to do that and check it off as something that they can get points for. And here I've got my commenting or discussion thread, and you can change, this just happens to have the purple background, but you can change it to look like any color that you want. I just clicked on edit content, and you can change the text, what it says. Here's the background color. It doesn't have to be purple. It could be anything you want. And you can choose where it goes on your page. So you could move the blocks around by these little arrows up and down. If you don't want it below the actions, if you want it somewhere else, if you want it after where it shows the next training, you can move it down one by just clicking on the down arrow, and it's moved down, and then I would save changes. Okay. All right. So now we really want to maximize the engagement that that our students are experiencing in our course, because I just want to change that. Okay. Because learning online can be a bit of a lonely experience. And, you know, a lot of us were used to, you know, back in the day, going to a classroom or learning in a group and having an instructor in person. So we really want to try and replicate that, because it is the best way for us to get our students really enthusiastic, excited about their learning, feeling like they're making progress, and moving through to actually complete the course and achieving the outcome that we have promised them. So maximizing engagement is a great way to do that. Okay, let me share my... Okay. Maximizing engagement. Okay, so we want to give them action steps. We don't want to just assume that they're going to do a worksheet, or just because you've included it but haven't even mentioned it. Some people might. There are, there's a small percentage of people who just love the learning and to do all of those things and are really organized and detail oriented. But most of us aren't, and so you really do need to prompt the student to take action, encourage them to submit their aha moments, things that they didn't know that you have taught them, to ask questions and to respond to other students in the commenting thread, and even having very short, like micro quizzes, just 1 or 2 or 3 questions to actually, in a little way, test that they've understood what's going on, or to make sure that they've have a certain level of understanding before they move through to the next concept. Okay, and sound effects are a great way to push that dopamine button that we know that really makes people excited moving through things, because technology is amazing, and a lot of those online games, they've got psychologists consulting for them about how to keep people on the platform, get them a little bit addicted to what they're doing, feeling good, because life can be a little bit tiring and difficult sometimes. So when we're feeling good, we want to continue doing that. So we want to we want to take some of those things that we know are working in the online world and use them for our content creation and moving our students through. So in Xperiencify, sound effects are customizable. We want to use varied sound effects, and you can even upload your own ones that you create, or free to use ones that you find from certain sites on the internet to use if you don't like, or the ones that we have as options are not appropriate for what your course is about. So you can find the sound effects in step 5, and this section is called Add the Secret Sauce. I love this section. It's where a lot of the bells and whistles live in Xperiencify. So let me share my other screen. Okay, so we were on step 4. Now we're going down to step 5, add the secret sauce. And in secret sauce, there are 3 sections. One is celebrations, which I will be talking about today as well. We've got a lot of celebrations in that one. Then there's the experience engine, and then there's sound effects. So there's 3 sections within step 5. Okay, and so you can by default, they have the XP sound effect, they have the double XP sound effect, and they have a default incorrect answer sound effect. You can customize all of these, and you can create new ones if you want. Okay, so what I recommend is having a different sound effect for the 1 XP sound, a different one for the 2 XP sound, a different one for the 3 XP sound. We have the opportunity to add bonus points for completing a module, which I think are set at 10 XPs. So you can have another different sound that happens when a student completes a module. And I'll show you how to do that. I would create new. The new one appears down below, and then I would select the sound. Actually, I think it's not going to, I'll see if it shares my sound, but it might not. We'll see how we go. So I have actually uploaded some custom sounds, so it shows that they're the bell ringing sound, but all the ones that are in here by default are global sounds. And you can choose from all of these. There's quite a few there, and there's kind of calm, serious sorts of ones, and there's like kind of cool, outrageous ones as well, depending on your vibe and your who your students are. They might really love this one, for example. Let me see if you can hear it. Could you hear that? Yeah. Okay. So and as I said, if you want to upload your own sound, you would click here on upload and manage custom sounds, and then click on add a new sound. So the format that we need new sounds in is MP3, and there are various sites on the internet where you can get Creative Commons free to use sounds. And one of those is, I think freesound.org is one I use, and you can then filter through and find the MP3s. You can filter by various options so that you get the right sort of one that you want. And then you just download it as an MP3, and then you would upload it here, add new sound, and then find it in your downloads folder, click on it, and then open it, and that will upload as a new sound that you can use. So I've got the bell ringing sound here. Okay, and if you don't like it, you can delete it. And so that will then just add itself into the drop-down menu when you're choosing. So if you want to put that boom chicka wah wah in for the 10-point sound, and I enter 10 XP and then create sound effect. You also have goals. Usually we set goals on the home page, and they can be of various reward points. So sometimes people will do a 10-point for a minimum goal, 20 points for the target goal, and 30 points for the stretch goal. You can set those to have different sound, those numbers of points to have different sounds as well. Okay, and that way you can vary it up a little bit so that it excites people and keeps people guessing, so they're not hearing the same sound all the time. Okay, all right. Now, celebrations. I won't change my screen. So celebrations is another aspect, another feature that we have within step 5, that add the secret sauce. Okay, so what we have in Xperiencify are full screen animations that include, so the visual, the animation, we have a sound effect and personalization with where you can actually add the student's name into the message that you put on screen. It acts as a pattern interrupt, okay? And you can trigger celebrations at various points throughout the course, which I'll walk you through, and that really reinforces that you're rewarding them for progress and taking action. So this is in step 5 as well, where we just were, and I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so we were just doing the sound effects, and we're going to head back up to celebrations. So that's just under step 5 there. Celebrations. Okay, and we have a comprehensive playbook of celebrations that are already created that you can just click on and use as is, or customize, tweak a little bit for your own use if you want to, or you can start completely from scratch and create a new one. Okay. So by clicking on create a new one, I've got up here, view celebrations gallery. Okay. So if I click on view celebrations gallery, we've got here, you can also heart some of the ones that you like, and then that will put it in your favorites list. So if you're building out multiple courses and you like a celebration that you've customized and got just right, you can give it a little heart, clicking the heart there, and it will put it into your favorites folder. And ones that you have created yourself, you can put in this folder. Okay, so I'm going to just go through the pre-built ones because they're really quite good. We've got 3 pages of pre-built ones here. And you can just click on them and see what they sound like. Not like that. Click. Please, internet. Oh, it's not going to do it for me. Oh, maybe I have to do this. Use celebration. Okay, so what I've got down here are 3 different options. I've got the background visuals, which you can alter by clicking on the little plus icon. Can you guys see what I'm doing down the bottom? My screen? Yeah. Okay, great. So you've got all of these. There's 6,542 pages of different animations, and you can use this search bar here. And don't forget to favorite, click on the heart if there are ones in particular that you like, and then they will go in your favorites. But so you can alter the background. At the moment, it's got celebrating stars. You can change how many times it loops or it doesn't loop in the playing of the animation. We've got the central image here, which you can also change by clicking on the little plus, and you can again change the speed that goes at, or loop or not. So that just would repeat. You can change the duration of the animation, how long it goes for. And then the third option here is to change the sound that plays, and you can also upload your own sound as well by clicking on the upload new. Okay, and if you just want to see what it sounds like, you press the play button. So that one was quite long. That was an 8-second one. You can make it much shorter if you want. And to save and take on that celebration, click save and exit. I can rename the celebration name. So if I've made any adjustments to it, this is the default name. I can say this is completed course so that I know what it says. Particularly if I want to reuse it, or I'm looking in my experience engine. And I can change the trigger that makes this celebration happen. So right now, I need to add a new trigger, and the trigger options are here. And I would, for this particular one, I would select course completed, click on create event. And then here, make sure that I have turned it on so that that is actually a live experience that will fire upon the trigger that I have chosen. Okay, so good examples of what to choose are when a student has completed a particular training that might be considered quite difficult. They've achieved a certain number of points. You might want to give them a random, hey, you just got 50 points, well done. Or some other random, like we call them Easter eggs, where you might just want to let them know that you acknowledge that they're making progress and well done for moving forward. Okay, so, and the third item within the step 5 of add the secret sauce is the experience engine, and that's our little name for basically automations. Okay, so within automations, we can do a whole range of things, including email, sending emails. We can add students to other courses. We can automatically remove them from a course if we're only giving them a certain amount of time to complete it. And I'll just show you. So that was in step 5. We have celebrations. All of these collapse or expand if you want, and you can also move them around so that the order makes sense for you. Okay, so here we are. The second one is Experience Engine. There's also, I forgot to say, but if this sort of training is moving too slow for you, at every feature in Xperiencify in the admin panel, we have little buttons that have videos that walk you through what that thing does. And sometimes there are also yellow buttons that go into greater depth. And you can always hop into the Help Center, which you can access on the left-hand menu bar here, Help Center, type in the subject or the topic that you are wanting more information on, and there are lots and lots of articles there that will walk you step by step through what you want to know. Okay, so back to Experience Engine. This is the automated course concierge that works behind the scenes to keep your students engaged. So the very first one that your students will probably encounter is when they are added to the course, that they get a welcome email. And I also love to give myself, as course creator, an email that lets me know that someone else has signed up. And you can just hover over the middle of these actions. You only need one item in each experience, but you can add a sequence of items if they're using the same trigger. So the trigger for this is when the user is added to the course. And when that happens, I want a student welcome email to go out. This is just a test course, as I said before. So I've just added random ones in here. This is an email that is going to me as the instructor, and this just alerts me that someone new has joined, and I really love to add gifts here for myself. So if you hit the / key in any text field, another menu will pop up, and you can format things. You can put in tokens. You can, and this is what I want, the Giphy, where I'm going to celebrate that someone has joined my course. So I will get that email because I've selected me down here, not student. So you can select who the email goes to, student, me as the course creator, or someone else. And you could put in anyone else's email address, like your VA or your business partner or someone who needs to know what has just happened. It wants me to put in that, so I'm just going to put me, update, always update and save. Okay, and make sure that you can turn on or off each component within the experience here. If you realize that something doesn't work, you can turn that on and off. We have delays that you can put in so that as soon as a user is added to the course, they get an email, I get an email, then I wait 10 days, and then I'm automatically going to remove them from the course. And you can select which course. It already has to be set up, of course, but that's a really good way to really enforce that, that deadline that you have put in the countdown timer. If you choose to, you certainly don't have to. And you can add all sorts of other things. So when I hover over the middle of this bar, I've got a little plus icon, and it provides me with other actions that I can put in this sequence. So there's sending emails, there's even pre-written emails that expert copywriters have written for you. You could send your students an SMS if you've taken their phone number. You can put in a delay timer. And then if you're in the growth plan or higher, I believe you get all of these other options as well, including tags, sending voicemails, adding badges, webhooks, unlocking a particular module, taking them out of the course, or adding them to another course. So there's lots and lots of options there that you know, you can have a lot of fun creating things to help keep your students engaged and communicating with them what's happening. Okay. And within this, we can set up a student rescue. So this is where, you know, there's a statistic that only something like 3% of online students actually finish a course that they have purchased, which is a really horrendous statistic when you think about it. So a really good thing to do is to set up a student rescue where, for example, if a student doesn't log in for a certain number of weeks, 1 week, 2 weeks, depending on how long your course is, you can actually automate that. You're reaching out to them with an email, an SMS, a voicemail message saying that you just wanted to check in on them, that you understand that things can crop up and how that they can contact you to let you know if something's up that they need help with, and also to provide them with their magic link to log back in straight away to the course that they have purchased from you. And also, when you do that, creating a celebration that welcomes them back after a login, after a time away from the course, is a great way to push that dopamine button and let them know that they've made the right move by clicking that magic link to come back in. Okay, and personalization is the next feature that I wanted to run through with you. So how are we going to do this? Where is personalization? So you can personalize your course at various points, at various stages through your course, including in the celebrations, okay, by using the I'm going to open the celebration builder here. So here we've got what we call a token, and it's in the curly brackets. You might know it, be more familiar with like a mail merge or a field. This is where the details that are in the database for your course can be brought in as text. So what will populate for that student when this celebration is triggered is that their own first name will be placed in that. And the way you can customize that is by clicking into the text field in any celebration or in any email. You hit the / key, and that brings up a different menu depending on where you are in the course. But tokens is what we call them, and you can here add first name, the course name, or any of the custom fields that I've put in a few custom fields here, which are relevant to my course, depending on what you're celebrating them for here. And if you want to test what it looks like, you press the play button, and then my name is populating into that field. And that's a great way, you know, it's a very easy way to let the student feel that this course is really for them. You can also use those tokens within the text on your course pages. So if you go into step 4, open up the page builder. And then, so for example, on the home page, for your welcome message, you can put in the student's first name. And that really is a nice touch, that people feel that they're in the right spot. Badges. Okay. So badges are in a tricky little part in accounts on this left-hand menu column. You have clicked on account, and then across the top we have a horizontal menu as well. There's various things there that you can set up, but here is badges, and this is like a school-wide thing that you can create so that you can actually use them across all of the courses that you have. Of course, you can choose which ones. They can be very specific to a certain course, and you customize that with the color and the text that's in them. But it means you can also use them throughout other courses as well. So, for example, I have here action taker. So you could use that in any course that you have, and you might assign that badge you know, for students who are really engaged. And you can also, you know, it just depends on what you're teaching and what you would like to do, but I'll show you how you set those up. Over on the right here, there's a green add plus button. And we are, I believe, going to add more and more customization availability in this. But at the moment, you can type the name of your, what you want your badge to say. You can add an emoji. You can change the font color and the background color and then add it to this. And then what you would do is add that into the experience engine automation, so that once a student has taken a particular action, you can then assign that badge to them. And where that shows up, the badge will show up next to a student's name when they're commenting. Okay, so it's really about the community. It's a community feature. Okie dokie. How's everyone feeling? We're moving through here. We've got thumbs up. Everyone's feeling okay? All right. Awesome. Now, let me just stop sharing. I just wanted to check in here and see all your lovely faces. There's lots of people here. Fantastic. Got a thumbs up from Benjamin. Thank you, Benjamin. Okay. All right. So next I have leaderboards. Okay, so leaderboards are really, we are hoping to, well, we are, it's on the boards, on the plan. Leaderboards are going to be natively available within Xperiencify very soon. But at the moment, what you can do is you can download the students' points in your course, and you can send them out regularly to them through an email or an SMS, post them in the community, and you can have like jump contests or other sorts of contests where you can encourage students to make progress through their points by offering incentives or in a competitive format. Some examples of this are you might have an implementation week where there might not be any new lessons offered to the students, but it's kind of like a catch up for those who haven't been able to maintain a steady progress. And you could offer them like physical items that can be sent out to them, or there could be bonuses like virtual things like an extra training or a coaching call or an extra workshop that you might deliver in a group setting, things like that to incentivize them to make more progress throughout the course. And where we find this is in the student section. So I'm going to share my screen again and show you the student section. Okay. Student section. All right. Sorry, clicking around here, trying to find my way. I've lost my Zoom screen now. Holy cow. What's going on? Sorry, people. I've got my transcript going and I can't find my Zoom screen. Gotta love this. All right, what am I going to do here? I can't share my screen. All right, let me move this out of the way. What happens if I hit There it is. Yay for the escape button. Who else has used the escape button and it's worked for them? Like an escape room, isn't it? Okay. This is probably not what I want to share, but hang on. Let me get that one. Okay. I think I'm good. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Now, what can you guys see? Can you see my Xperiencify courses? Yep, fantastic. All right, so what I want to do is extend that. Okay, so I want to go to the students tab on the menu over on the left-hand side. And what we have here is all of the students. I can filter them by course, select a course, apply that, and then those students will show. I can select all of them, or I can select individually by just clicking on their to the left of their name to select them. And then what that's going to do is enable me to, up here in batch select, I can then export their details, including their points, in a CSV file, which I can then very easily just copy and paste into like a sort of a display a table in an email or in the community section to alert the students as to what their progress is and who's coming, you know, in the top certain number of students in your course, and to encourage those who might not yet be in the top 5 to make some more progress and achieve that accolade of being on the leaderboard or an actual prize that you might be offering. Okay, social proof. We're coming to the end. What are we at? We're at an hour. I'm nearly there. I've got social proof's the last one. Okay, so social proof, let me stop sharing screen. We have in Xperiencify what's called the warm welcome sequence, which is when new students are added to the course, when they join, those who are already logged in will get a little pop-up notification in the side, and it will encourage them to send a welcome, to send a wave to the new student that's just joined. And that really encourages, you know, if you've ever been on like an online shopping thing, you might have seen, you know, little pop-ups that say so-and-so just bought this, or, you know, similar sorts of things. And that really is the proof that we're looking for as consumers, that we've made the right decision and that other people are doing what we want to do. And so we can join in community in that way. And that's fully customizable. You can turn it off in the account section and customize the messages that pop up. So I've got in the handout there the link. All of the links to these features are in the handout, and you can click on those. If anything's not clear, you can head to the Help Center, which is found on the left-hand side menu of your Xperiencify account. Or if you're not in Xperiencify account, you can just type in howto.xperiencify.com, and that will open up the Help Center, which has lots of themed topics that you can run through, as well as a search bar where you can put in a particular item that you'd like more information on, and then click on the particular article that's relevant. Okay, what else have I got? I'd love your feedback on this presentation and the topics that we're offering in the education calendar. I'm going to put a link in the chat with the survey form. It's only very, 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 very quick, a few questions. If you'd like to let us know what you think, what you need from us, because we are totally here to serve you, you, our members of Xperiencify, we want to provide you with things that are helpful and that will help you create the best courses that you can and get your students the results that you want to give them. Okay, I'm happy to stick around and answer some questions. I see Coach Doris has her digital hand up. If you have a question, you feel free to put your digital hand up or type in the chat. I'll do my best to get through them. And if I don't get through them, I will certainly answer them in the Facebook group. So make sure that you're in the Xperiencify Facebook group, and you can always ask questions at any point in the Facebook group. And I'll either answer them, I'll ask support to help me with them, or I'll direct you to where you can find the answer. Okay, Coach Doris, hello.
Hello. I think I have two really quick questions.
Okay.
One is about giving students points.
Mhm.
I want to give more points if they attend live versus watching the video later.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Live
attendees.
Yeah, the way I would do that is by adding an action step. Like I've seen, you know, in courses that I have taken where there have been live sessions, the replay is usually available there within the course in Xperiencify as well. Usually on a replay page, if it's separate to like a pre-recorded video content. And what they have is an action step underneath that will say, did you attend live or have you watched the replay, and get you to check it off. You could, if you want to give them more points for attending live, you could have one action step for live and award them, say, 2 points, for example. And then if they watch the replay, 1 point.
Okay, perfect. That sounds good. My other quick question was, if I wanted the countdown to be on multiple pages, I've got like 3 modules. Can I do that? Can it be on multiple pages?
Yep, absolutely. Okay. And some people have different, it's completely customizable because people use it in different ways. So you have to understand that, first of all. You can just drag that countdown timer block onto whichever page template you want to use it in. If you drag it onto, say, the modules page or the single trainings page, it will appear every time there is a training and it will be the same countdown. But you might have, for example, a custom page where you're providing an offer for something else, and there might be a deadline for them to sign up, for example, for a different workshop or something like that. And so you can customize the countdown on different pages if you need it to be different. But you can absolutely say your course is for 30 days. You can absolutely just have the same countdown timer on all pages, displaying the exact same amount of time, if that's what you want.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, Michael.
Hello. I also have 2 quick questions. One is, can you count points across courses? Like my training is, no, it's just within one course.
Within one course. That's my understanding, yeah.
Okay. The second question is, we've just had a conversation in the Facebook group, and you told me, this is about tagging. You told me I could put a button that people can click so that they are tagged. How do you create a button? I looked create button and didn't find it.
Okay, so I was going to answer you in the Facebook group, which I will also do for other people's benefit. But there is in the Help Center, there is an article about creating buttons. And what you're doing is you're dragging the button block. I can show you as well if I can figure out my screen sharing. But basically what you do is you drag one of those. I think it's in the text and images block, or maybe it's in the action steps. You drag that over onto wherever you want that button to display, and then there is a way to attach a tag to that button when they click it, and add any sort of link you want. So you can basically set up a sales page as well, or I think the example in the how-to section is about FAQs, how you can create a title like the question, and then clicking on the button and it will reveal the answer. But let me just go in to share my screen.
So it's an object in the page builder.
Yes, step 4, page builder. Okay, so I'm going to go into courses. I'm going to go down to my test course. Step 4, customize your course pages. And then say I want to put it on. So you could put it on in a completely new custom page if you want, but you can drag it in anywhere. Let me just put it in on the home page just for example. And I believe it is text and images. I think it's this one, text and images. Okay, and then you scroll down, there's a lot of different formatting. It's this one, and then I would drag it in there. Where's it gone? It didn't click in. Hang on. Text and images. There we go. Okay, and then edit content, column 1, and then there's the button. So if you've got a growth plan or higher, you can actually change all of the components in this block. But the button settings here are, you could choose what happens when they click that button. So you can go to a particular page or a link, or show different content. Put the link in there if it's a link or a page within your course already. You can award points for clicking that button, and you can add a tag, which you do need to pre-create the tags in the account section, but you can go to the how-to section and it will walk you through how to create tags. But then all of the tags that you have created will be there available to select. And of course, you can fully customize the formatting, the colors, etc. You can also associate a celebration that you would set up prior, and choose that celebration that will then fire upon them clicking that button. So it really is a very powerful custom block, the button feature.
Okay, but I cannot put a button in a specific training. It's only in the page builder.
No, it would be if you put a button on the single training page, it would show on every training. Although you can hide it. You would be able to hide it. Let me answer in more detail in the Facebook group for you, just so that we're not taking up everyone else's gamification questions here. But there, I think it's a very a fully customizable thing that will be able to get it to do what you want to do, Michael. Okay, is that okay?
Thank you.
Yeah,
Great.
I'll pop into the Facebook group after this. Margie.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. I am trying to assign a celebration to an action in the page builder. So not the actions that are in the training, but the action that's in the page builder. And when I select the assign celebrations, I don't have any celebrations in the list. So I wonder if you could just maybe share your screen. I saw you do it just now with the button and it was working for you. So if you could just do it with an action and see if it works for you. I don't know where it's I don't know where it's supposed to be coming from.
Sorry, I muted myself. You said you're trying to assign a celebration to an action.
Yes.
Okay.
But not the action that's inside a training, the action that's in the page builder.
Okay. So what is the action doing on the page builder? Is it a goal, something like that, or a pre-action?
It's well, what it is I have them, they're reporting their progress.
Okay. So is it on a custom page? I'm just trying to figure out if it's because
Yes.
Okay.
So
It's on a custom
so
page.
it's on, so I'm currently editing a single training. And then it's hidden until someone does an action. They do an action that's in the training, in the single, in the training, they do an action, and then that assigns a tag, which then pops up this action block that was previously hidden. And then they just report their progress.
Okay. It might be something to do with it being hidden. Okay, but I can try and walk you through this now, but if it doesn't answer your question, I would, because it's a very specific circumstance that you're working through, I would contact the support team, because they can look inside your actual course and see what's going on and if there's a setting that is preventing this from showing for you. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I understand that. I was just hoping that you could assign a celebration to an action, not
Okay.
inside the training, so I can make
Let
sure
me-
that it works the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. Okay. So a similar example I'm thinking is that if it's on the homepage and it's a pre-action, is that a similar circumstance?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So
So just right in there.
yeah. So this is the pre-actions on the homepage. So I'm going to edit content. Oh my goodness, my internet. Okay.
I just think it's miraculous that, you're in Australia and I'm in the United States, and that we can share screens and so
It's great when it works, isn't it?
I know, I don't think you need to be complaining about it, because it's pretty amazing.
Well, it's just that, so what I'm kind of frustrated by is that it's not usually this slow. It's because I've got video going, I'm sharing my screen, I've got all of these 400,000 tabs and screens open. And so it's also, it's 9 o'clock in the morning here. So it's peak business has come online and everyone's using the internet.
Right. So just
okay.
like anything else.
It's just slower than it normally is. Okay, so these are the actions here that we've got. Anything else? I've opened that up.
Okay. And you should be able to.
You can choose when the action is completable. Celebration.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, so I've got those celebrations are ones that I've preset up in my experience engine.
All right. So it's me. All right. That's all I wanted to see. Thank you. I didn't need to get so specific.
That's okay. Go into your experience engine too and just see what the trigger is for that experience. It might be, yeah, but I would
it's the visibility. It's not triggered by the thing. It's the visibility setting. But that's okay. I don't want to take up everyone's time.
Okay. No worries.
Thank you.
Natalie.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so I was just wondering if it's possible to incentivize students into commenting. So for example, if they share where they're at in their homework, or if they share any wins, can we give them points?
At this stage, we can incentivize them through an action step only. I believe as the community features are developed more and more, that will be possible. But at the moment, what I would do is get them to check off that they have done whatever it is specifically that you want them to do. And I would be very specific, because you'll get people who want to beat the system kind of thing, scam the system for points. So you want the action that they take, or the comment, or the feedback or the comments that they make to be useful for their progress as well as the community. So yeah, action step is how you can award points at this stage. I think Murray has lots of grand plans for the commenting moving forward.
Okay, and then one more question. So I'm in the process of totally just revising my 10-week program. Right now it's sequential. So like each week we have a review call and like we build on previous weeks. But I'm trying to make it so each week is just like its own independent topic that does not build on previous weeks. So more of like a mastermind where people can jump in at any time, as opposed to like having launches. However, the homework, like the weekly homework, is still sequential. So I'm wondering, is it possible to have like, you know, these weeks of training modules on Xperiencify? And like as students come into the program, they can start on whatever week everyone else is on. But then as students come in, they start like on week 1 of their homework. So people are like doing their homeworks at different times based on when they joined.
Yeah, I think so. So that would, if I'm understanding you correctly, so it's kind of like an evergreen thing that's going on, and when a new person starts, they're at the beginning level, and whereas at the same time other people are further along in the course.
Yeah, so whenever a new person joins, they're at the beginning as far as homework goes.
Yeah.
But they're where everyone else is at in terms of the weekly training calls and like the videos that they watch. So the homework is like totally, it's kind of like practical action, like getting started, and it's totally separate from the weekly trainings.
I think you would need to set up a separate page then for the homework tasks so that it's not attached to the trainings. So that would be a custom page, and then you could set in sequential order what you want them to do, and they can move through it. Or you could even have certain, like, you know, step 1, step 2, step 3, different pages for those things, and they would move through at their own pace, but the trainings are a separate thing. That's how I would set it up. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maggie.
Hi, Danielle. Good afternoon, or good morning.
Good morning.
Good. Well, I launched my course last night, so fantastic. Yeah. Woo-hoo! Stephanie, it's a good feeling. Thank you. This is my first rodeo, and I don't expect it to be the last. So what I'd like from you is, Danielle, I didn't quite understand it when you spoke about the email that goes to the students and the one that's copied to you. So if you could just post a link on the Facebook page and tag me, I can read on it. Okay, that's all I need.
Okay, what specifically about the email didn't you?
Well, I would like to know when someone signs up.
Oh yeah.
So I just want to know. I don't think
adding an email to yourself as the admin when someone. Yep. Okay.
Yes.
So Maggie, admin email, new student. Easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All righty.
Calliope. I'm sorry. Please tell me how to pronounce your name.
Yeah, it's okay. It's called Calliope.
Calliope. Okay.
Let me open the video as well. Sorry, for me it's bedtime, so with my pajamas.
Okay.
So I have 2 quick questions. The first is that I participated in EPM. I don't know why. Okay, in EPM last year, which finished in the end of January. So my question is, what is the deadline for me to activate the bonus that I was given to do? I think there was a do it for you thing.
Yeah. So
And there
for
was a
students,
discount, I think also if I purchased, if I activated the Xperiencify platform till in a year.
yeah. So students of Experience Product Masterclass also get a bonus where the Xperiencify team will build your course for you. And you have access to that bonus from 12 months after you graduate from EPM. So I believe that is the 1st of February coming up next year for those
Okay,
who did it in 2021.
But the 1st of February, let's say, I should have finished with the whole project and be able to publish it. This is what you mean, or?
Yeah, so the process is that you contact me. In the help center, it does run through all of the processes here, but you would contact me by email, Danielle@Xperiencify.com, and let me know that you want to get started with supplying us with all of your content. Obviously, you're the expert in your area. You need to create the content. We will actually build the site for you, though. So there is a little micro course that we take you through that explains the setup steps of all the things that we need from you. And we give you a Google Drive folder. We give you a couple of documents where we ask you the questions like, you know, how long is your course for, and what's the text that you want in your celebrations, and you know, when do you want certain things to happen? So you'll need to give us all of that information before the 1st of February. You need to be ready to go in order to access that bonus, because it's 12
And how
months.
long from your experience do I need to prepare this first phase?
That completely depends on the complexity of your course and how long it is. Some people have a very short course. What I would suggest you do is you email me and you get the process started, because you can take as long as you want to actually fill out the forms. Okay, not as long as you want, but up until the deadline of accessing the bonus. So we can get you started and you can see all of the things that you need to provide to us, so that you can better gauge how long that's going to take you. Some people do it straight away in one day. They have everything there. I don't know what stage you're at with your course creation and how long your course is or how complex the automations are that you want, all of that sort of thing. So it's hard for me to say how long it will take you.
Yeah. And when I will start to be charged, is it as soon as, so from the 1st of February and on, for example?
So when the team starts work on building your course, we need you to have a paid active Xperiencify subscription, because it's a substantial amount of work for our team to build this course. We don't want you to then not go ahead. You have a free trial. If you're building it yourself, you have a free trial for as long as you want that it takes you to build your course until you want to add students. But if you're getting our team to build the course for you, we need you to have an active subscription. So,
but I think it was included in the bonus.
Sorry?
I think that was included in the bonus to be helped by the team.
Yes, it's a $5,000 value bonus for us, for our team to build the course for you. That's the amount of work that it takes.
And what do I exactly have to pay? I didn't understand. So
to have an active Xperiencify subscription, you can choose the level of plan that you want. Currently, we have a launch plan, which is $49 a month. And that provides a certain level of features. Then the growth plan is $149 a month. There is a discount if you want to pay upfront for the annual. And then there's an enterprise account, which is more for big companies that have a lot of students and need extra features.
Okay.
So you can choose which plan you'd like, but that's it's a monthly or an annual fee, and that's the cost of actually providing that service to your students to use the platform.
Yeah. And where can I exactly contact you? Because, you know, I don't have access to the dashboard. I don't know why. When I click the link, it asks me a password. So I have difficulty to see what the calls are, when they happen. How do I have access to the Xperiencify dashboard?
Okay, so I've just put in the it's .com, support at Xperiencify.com. If you email them from the email address that you, so I don't even know if you have a course creator account with us or whether you've just got a student account as an experienced product masterclass student. If you email support, they will get you hooked up with your login details. You would have in your email somewhere a magic link that if you've signed up to Xperiencify, that you would have got an email giving you the login details. But if you can't find that right now, contact support and they will help you through that process. And then let me know, Danielle, you can actually just tell the support team as well. They'll forward it to me. But if you want to email me directly, let me know that you'd like to get started with that done for you bonus setup process. Then you can see all of the things that you need to provide us with so that our team can do all of the tech work to get your course up and ready to publish for your students.
Yeah, because of the holidays, is there a period that the Xperiencify team will be, let's say, on holidays? Because I have only 2 months actually to conclude with this process, and I start feeling anxious now.
I haven't been notified of any like downtime, but we're a team all over the world. So, for example, you know, I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. I'm in Australia. I'm not in the US, so I'm still working. We have other team members that don't celebrate the other holidays that are coming up. So I imagine that we're still running, you know, around the clock like we always do, unless Murray decides to give us all a big break. But I haven't been made aware of that. So,
not even Christmas holidays, you believe?
I'm not sure. I think we'll all. You know, I'm still here. So, but get stuff started as soon as you can so that we can plan around perhaps not even being able to contact you to get answers that we need. So yeah, I would just always get started as soon as possible. I will seek clarification from Murray about holiday lockdown. This is my first year working with Xperiencify, so I'm not sure, but I haven't been notified of any downtime.
Okay, and last question is, once it's done, I have taken advantage of this done for you service. It's only once that it is included in the bonus. Then I have to create the next, I suppose, courses myself.
You can, or you can pay for our team to do that. We have done for you hourly packages where you can get us to help you with any aspect of your course building. It's just that you've been, as an EPM student, you were gifted a bonus where we will build one course for you. If there's other courses that you'd like us to help build for you, we're available to do that. And there are packages available.
Where can I find all this information?
On the Help Center page, I'll put the URL howto.xperiencify.com. I've got to put, hang on, so it's clickable. I don't need to do that. So from within your XP account, you can always find the Help Center, but you can always just go to that URL and find all of the information about our services. If you put in done for you, you'll find information about the package and how to access it.
Okay, thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you.
You're welcome. Fantastic. I'm going to leave it there, guys. So if there's questions that I haven't answered in the chat or that you think of afterwards, please pop them in the Facebook group. I'll be in there answering questions as always. I hope this session was useful for you. Let us know how we can help you because we really are dedicated to building, you know, we want to change the world with these courses, okay? And we know that our clients are doing some amazing things. And so we want to help you to get the results that you want and that you want for your students. So I bid you all a farewell. Have a good day, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. If you're having holidays soon, enjoy, take time and connect with your family, loved ones. And I will see you next week for open office hours. Bye all.
Danielle. Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
Irene here. Just one question.
Sure.
Thank you. I've been sort of dealing with you because I've been completing. I'm completing my forms 1, 2, and 3. I'm an EPM 2021 student. Okay. All this information that you've provided today, for example, can I trust that you'll do that for me?
Yes, in the help center, it actually has all of the deliverables of what's included in the done for you bonus. So and I think that at the top of the setup documents that you have been filling in, there is also a link, I believe, to that article where it says exactly what it is we are going to do for you.
Okay,
so,
and that does include this?
Yeah, it includes the gamification. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested because I know that subsequent courses I'll have to do it myself and I want to learn how to do it. But meanwhile, I'm just trying to get that first thing launched just so that I get through that barrier. Okay. I think I've done most things. Only thing I haven't loaded on is my videos. Is that enough to start?
Well, you need to complete all of the steps that we've given you in those documents.
All right.
Okay. And are you in that little micro course that walks you through the documents?
Yes.
Okay. So once you check off, there's 3 steps in that micro course that are tied. Like once you check off that action, I'm alerted that you are making progress through that. And when you check off all 3 of them, I'm alerted that you're ready to go because you've given us all of the information that we need to get started, and that's when I will activate the team to get commenced on building your course for you. Okay. So make sure you go back into that course, check through the documents and make sure that we have all of the information that we need, because we can only act on the information that you give us. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I'm comforted by the fact you're in Sydney, I'm in Canberra.
Yeah.
So we're in the same timeline. That should help.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Amazing.
Right.
I've got to get to Canberra soon too. I really wanted to take my youngest daughter there.
Please contact me if you do. I can be your tour guide.
Because of all of the lockdowns and everything, she missed that. You know, we have in Australia the like it's a citizenship kind of module that they work through with where they visit the Parliament House and all of those things, and she's missed out on that because of the 3 successive years of lockdowns. And so I want to show her Canberra.
Yes, time to do it. Are you American? Just
No,
moved to Australia?
I'm from Sydney.
Okay. So so the citizenship stuff is
just for them to learn. They learn about that.
Okay, good. Yeah. Definitely come to Canberra and contact me, and I'll take you. All right. Thanks
so much, Irene.
All right.
Bye all.